for they are quite small, only about the size of a blue jay. In Europe, they are called wind hovers or hoverhawks. In America, we call them tillyhawks, hoverhawks. Sparrowhawk is the most common nickname for the smallest falcon in North America, and that is the American kestrel. Alvin's walking out with our handsome little male whose name is Osceola, who displays the typical bluish wings of the male kestrel, and I bring out our little ladybird who displays the typical brown wings of the female. These are one of the few birds of prey that have a color difference between the genders. These are also a bird of prey that you can invite to reside on your property by providing nest boxes for them. In the wild, they nest in dead hollow trees, so nest boxes are an excellent substitute. Not only are they beautiful, they are very beneficial that they eat insects and mice as part of their regular diet. If you are serious about making your property more wildlife friendly, we are part of both Backyard Habitat Program and the American Kestrel Partnership. These programs are to encourage property owners, their communities, and schools and the like to use native plants and nature-friendly landscaping. It is a better investment of your landscaping dollar due to the lower costs of watering and fertilizing, and we're starting to really discourage people from using lawn chemicals because they get into our waterways, and that's just not good for anyone. But the best part of the program is that it increases the value of your property. It also you can qualify even if you have a small suburban lot or a container garden on your condo porch, because our philosophy is that habitat is everywhere. We link to these programs that we mentioned, so feel free to grab one of our business cards over at our booth and you can learn a whole lot more. Our kestrels each have a background story. Our Osceola was part of a colony of kestrels used in scientific research. He was retired a couple of years ago, and so now we call him our retired civil servant. Ladybird was found by some very kind people in the Tampa Bay area when she blew out of the nest as a fledgling. They brought her home, started nursing her. Well, she was fine. They just started giving her a great diet of insects and mice. Then they found out that they were not supposed to do that legally. To do so, you have to have a rehab permit, a wildlife permit. So they turned her over to a wildlife rehabber who later tried to release her. And these kind people who took her in initially didn't realize that they had made her acclimated to humans. It's called imprinting. So on several release occasions, she would land on people's heads. That didn't work out so well. So she now has a career as an educational bird. Now, Ladybird loves to bob her tail up and down. That's what they do. That's what kestrels do. They love to bob their tails up and down. And what I always say, Ladybird's tail goes up and down when she sees a mouse. I don't even have to exaggerate it right there. There you go, pretty girl. So we're going to put these guys back. Alvin's going to walk around with our little boy kestrel, and I'm going to show you a lovely little owl who is the night shift of the American kestrels. You can put up nest boxes for these kestrels at the edges of fields and the like. They do very well. They take quite readily to them. But the screech owl, which is the owl I'm showing you, likes the same type of nest box but further into the wooded areas. A little more cover. Our little screech owl named Winston has a similar story to Ladybird. Just like her, she was found out of the nest at a very young age. She was still a fluffy little, as he called, a fuzzy marshmallow when he found her. The fellow that found her was a falconer and knew how to properly take care of birds of prey and raise them up. So she had a great diet, grew up to be a strong little owl, and she was an enjoyable little companion for him. But he needed to rehome her, so she became an educational bird for me. Her name is Winston. She's a gray-faced screech owl. I'm going to hold her up because sometimes she makes some vocalizations. And they have a red face and a brown face and just about every color combo in between. She is turning her head, swiveling her head around because she does feel very vulnerable in the daytime. Larger birds of prey in the diurnal, daytime birds of prey, consider these to be great gourmet snacks, right, little Winnie? So she is more comfortable around me now. She used to be, "You okay, sweetheart, little Winnie?" Now she's turning her head, and note that her body, even though I move her body, her head kind of stays in one fixed location. This is so she can locate her prey more easily and focus in on it. She has those delightful ear tufts, which are actually part of her camouflage. And that coloration, if I put her right up next to a tree and she closes her eyes, she just disappears. Her camouflage is so wonderful. Now let me go get her to do that. There you go, little girl. There you go. So just like kestrels, you can put these birds, attract them onto your neighborhood by putting up nest boxes for them. They have a series of calls. They have a little quiet whinny that, there you go, Winnie. That's one call. That's her little trill. Then she whinnies like a horse in the distance. She has a little hoo, hoo, hoo. And at 4 in the morning, they like to take their morning baths. And I'll hear them jump into their bath pans and take a bath as well. Winnie's going to go back into her box for her own personal safety as well as the kestrels, because the larger birds of prey that we fly in our program do have a tendency to eat their smaller cousins. So into their boxes for safety they go. The next bird flying in our program is a beautiful owl whose name is Newton. He is a captive bred barn owl, 2 years of age. He is our second generation Newton. Our previous Newton lived to be a ripe old age of 15. So we call our next Newton, our next generation, Deuce Newton, or Newton II. Now our Newton, oh, he's ready. He hears his name. He knows his part of the show is coming up. Is a captive bred owl, and I cannot fly him the full length of this field like I did in the past because this wonderful wall went up, which makes the sound easier. But he locates me by sound more than sight, and he kept on flying into the echo, flying towards the echo, then towards me. So I have to be out of that range of that echo. I need to get him ready. Getting him ready with a nice treat here. Yes, Newton, get your treat ready. Hi, Newton. I hear you. Okay, I got your treat ready. I got to get everything ready. I need to silence my mic for a little bit, and you'll see me take a few moments to secure him. All right, I'm ready. There we go. The reason why I am securing him is because in the daytime he feels vulnerable just like the other birds of prey, the other owls, because other birds of prey will pirate food from him. So he does something that we call carrying in falconry. You might call it dine and dash. So he eats his food. Sometimes he jumps off the fist to try and hide with it, but he's more comfortable right now. There you go, little Newton. Also notice that he does not hoot. Barn owls make a variety of noises other than hoots, which make them responsible for a lot of the hauntings in the old buildings that they occupy. Unfortunately, they are declining in numbers in the wild. Our farming practices have changed. Wooden barns and silos, which are ideal for them to hunt from and nest in, have been replaced with metal buildings. Wise farmers and landowners realize the rodent control value of our owls. They are putting up nest boxes and perching platforms for owls to hunt from. One pair of barn owls in the spring was observed bringing 23 mice to the nest in a 1/2 hour period. Excellent natural rodent control and far more effective and efficient than using cats. Studies have shown that cats for rodent control are actually a very poor choice. Instead of killing destructive rodents, cats kill our songbirds. Over 100,000 songbirds each day, adding up to over 4 billion birds a year, are killed by this introduced invasive species. Cats are not native to the Americas. So the Cats Indoors movement started to address this issue, and we endorse it, and we have linked to them as well. Now, Norton is the owl that Alvin is holding, who's now 14 years of age. Norton was found hit on the side of the road in upstate New York, and he has some permanent crippling injuries from the auto collision. His left eye is blind from the retina being separated. His left wing is fused at the wrist from the bones being broken. Inadvertently, we are all responsible for such injuries. I don't know if anyone would toss its trash on the road, but if you are done with a food item, that apple core, that pizza crust, you toss that on the road, you attract rodents. In turn, it attracts their predators. Well over 60,000 birds of prey are killed on our highways each year, and we can reduce those numbers and not toss out that attractive nuisance food trash. Newton showed you how accurately he can hear here, but when he is out hunting in the wild, the barn owl has been observed locating mice under 6 inches of winter snow. How they do that is that they can actually hear the mouse's heartbeat. They can drop on their prey with their totally silent wings, totally silent. They have little buffers right on the edge of the leading edge of their front wing feather. They can see at night for the source of light, only needing to be the equivalent of a candle held 1/2 a mile away. They can turn their heads just like the little owl 270 degrees, but they do have a very poor sense of smell. To give you an idea how poor an owl's sense of smell really is, great horned owls love to kill and eat skunks. Our Newton's going to go back, everyone, and Peter's bringing out a beautiful peregrine falcon whose name is Mary Fiona. Mary Fiona is now 11 years of age. She was bred at the Peregrine Fund in Boise, Idaho, and we don't really know how she was raised, but we think someone hand-fed her like a parrot, which is the incorrect way to raise baby birds of prey because they never get out of that toddler stage. They never ever do. So she needed one experienced falconer to deal with these issues, and she was transferred to us. We fly her in our programs when we have enough space, but she's a big sky falcon. We just don't have space to fly her here. Being a peregrine falcon means that she is also the fastest creature on Earth. Peregrines have been clocked at speeds exceeding 240 miles an hour. And they're high-speed power dives that are called stoops. The peregrine uses these strategy to overcome their prey. They will get high in the sky and they start diving at their prey, and as they do so, their avian prey is struck with a powerful blow of their feet. The prey will flutter to the ground. The falcon then lands on it, reaches down, severs the spinal cord at the base neck with a simple twist of the beak. Falcons even have a little notch on the beak called a terminal tooth just for that purpose. And for the high-speed dive, you look at the nares, there's a little baffle in the nares so they can breathe normally when they were doing these high-speed pursuits as well. The high-speed dive of the peregrine was confirmed by falconers who actually go skydiving with their peregrines, and that's what we call extreme falconry. Now we have these wonderful GPS units that the birds wear. They're used in research for years, but now they're used in falconry. We call it falconry's black box because not only do we know their speed and the dive, their climb rate, how far they went, but the new data that we get is how many G's they pull. They pull between 25 and 35 G's. A trained and conditioned human can only survive between 8 and 12 G's for a very short time. We're going to put these birds back, everyone, and as Peter walks with Mary Fiona, I want to tell you about the next bird flying in our program, which is the delightful Harris hawk. Harris hawks and red-tailed hawks are amongst the birds that the Americas have given to the world of falconry. The red-tails and Harris hawks are amongst the most popular birds flown worldwide. But Harris hawks are unique in that they hunt together in family groups, much like a pack of wolves. They even share their prey once they are successful. Our Harris hawks will have free range in this entire arena. So if you brought any articles of food, especially the turkey legs, hide them from view of the hawks. I don't think any of you would appreciate a Wild Kingdom moment in the middle of your meal. And if you are done with your turkey leg, do not discard even the tiniest piece on the ground. These birds do have eyes like a hawk. They can see in the UV range, and they can really see things that we miss because they can see in that UV range of light. But before we get started, we will need the assistance of a young person with lots of enthusiasm and not afraid to look silly. I'm going to go out here and find somebody who's been listening. All right. Okay, you who's been jumping, come on down. All right, he's been jumping. All right. This person, okay. All right, just come over here. And what is your name, please? Anthony, okay, let's come up from, I love your purple hair, that's cool. Purple's a real big color down here. I wonder why. I'm from Florida. Okay, Anthony. The first thing you need to do is put on this hat. And it's what we call our biohazard hat, Anthony. Let's get that string out of your face. There we go. Do you know what we mean by, can you help me adjust it there? You know what we mean by biohazard? It's a polite way of saying poop. He gave me the look. All right, are you okay with that? All right, you can hold with one hand here and one hand here. I'm going to help you because the birds are going to land right above you. So the first hawk flying out is our oldest hawk. This is our beautiful Pepper. Come on, Pep. Come on, gorgeous. Here she comes, everyone. Pepper flies at about 1,000 grams, just over 2 pounds, and she's 30 years old, everyone. Still flying strong. The next hawk flying is 16 years of age. This is our silliest hawk of all. This is our Mercedes. There you go, pretty girl, and you'll see why in a moment why we call her the silly hawk. Then the next hawk flying out is our handsome little boy. This is Doc. He is so handsome. He is 20. There you go. And then the youngest hawk in our program is our little Copper. He's also our chattiest bird. He's always saying something. You got something to say, Copper? Rare. Not right now. But he's 2 years of age. There you go. There you go, Cop. All right, there you go, little boy. You can look up Anthony because that's what the hat's for. Did I drop something here, Doc? Okay, come on. There you go, Doc. Notice that the birds enjoy their hawk food. This is a gourmet hawk food. It is a combination of chopped whole chicken, quail pate, and marinated minced mouse. Since our birds are predatory, we do our best to copy their natural diet that consists of the aforementioned rodents, a chick, squab, partridge, and of course any game that they have caught. The predators you have at home, your cats and dogs, practice these same dietary habits if given a chance. Watch your pets eat what they've caught. If they eat a large animal, they eat the less appetizing looking internal organs, and with larger prey, they eat the entire animal. This is because predators do require veggies in their diet, and their veggies come from consuming the stomach, intestines, and viscera of the prey they've caught, or the entire carcass if it is small. This is a turkey part. This is why I don't like them. All right, Doc, there you go. It's a piece of turkey skin. It causes indigestion. But we're going to play a game of Catch the Hares Hawks, but please heed Sir Peter's warning. Okay, that's Sadie. There's Pepper. Come on, Pep. Come on. Copper, up in the tree. Up in the tree. You can do it. There he goes. Up into the pine tree. Oh, going to have some arguing here. Okay, boys. There, he's going to say something. I don't like that. Come on, Cop. Okay, Cop. Let's see if we can get you to go up into the tree. Okay.
Oh, into that tree? Is that?
Yeah.
You know what we can do? We can raise it up. Kind of give him. Hey, Doc. Gotta go up here, honey. Up here. All right. Anthony, let's raise this up. Copper, go up into the tree. We can raise it up to full 8 feet high. Cop. He's got something in his beak. He's got a piece of straw or something. Let me get that out, Copper. No.
Oh, he said no, I'm good.
Okay, let's let him get that out of his beak. I want him to get that out of his beak first. Let me get that out. It looks like a turkey tendon. It's a stinking turkey tendon. Yep. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. I don't like these turkey tendons. There you go.
He said no.
All right. There, he's going up the tree, Pete. Okay, Copper, you can do it. I know the sun's in all of our eyes.
Oh, I see.
Here he comes. Good boy, Copper Hawk. Right there on the perch. Very good. Sadie, show us your footwork. She's part road runner. You guys want to play again? Doc, can you go up in the tree? Can you go up in the tree? Go on out. Go on out. You can do it too. Come on, you're the old hand at it. I know, they have a tough time with that sun. Just like us. There goes Mercedes. She's over in the crowd again. Don't try and touch her. Here she comes over. Okay, Doc. Very good little boy. Copper's going up again, Pete. Oh, there he's in a good spot. Now we can both see each other. You see him right there on the side of the tree? On the cut-off stump? Come on, Cop. Couldn't quite get it. It was stuck to my hand, honey. Being a bird of prey out in the wild would seem to be a wonderful way to live. You get to go out hunting whenever you're hungry. You're the master or mistress of your domain. But the harsh cold fact of nature is up to 9 out of 10 of these birds that have hatched in the wild this past spring will be dead before their first birthday. These young, inexperienced hawks die through either injury, disease, or most commonly, starvation. This is where falconry is found to be. Come on, Cop. Good boy, Cop. Highly beneficial to the birds that we come across and drain. When we take it on a migrant as falconers, train them in falconry, release them the following spring after a season of hunting, we have found that their survival rate goes up considerably, for their falconers actually been able to coach them on how to hunt and survive in the wild. Falconers are also the ones to develop the programs to breed these birds in captivity and release their progeny back into the wild. Starting with the endangered peregrine falcon. It has been over 45 years, and I am pleased to say that the peregrine falcon is now off the list of endangered species. Thank you, everyone. And we falconers are extremely proud of this leadership role that we played in restoring these beautiful birds back to their rightful place in nature. Now we're going to have them fly on back, everybody. Here comes Doc, one of them. Whoop. Okay. Out. Come on, guys. Let's get you in the right box. Sadie's still hanging back. Okay, this is Copper. Get Copper. No, not you. Okay, now Copper. Ready? Copper? That's Copper. That's the right box. That's Copper. Come on, Doc. Okay. Let's see the next one. Doc and Pepper are here. Here comes Doc. And then, here comes Pepper. Open her up. There we go. And then Mercedes. She's getting a booster seat on the speaker. Come on, Sadie Hawk. Oh, she says your voice is coming from underneath here. Not, but you're more visual. Come on. Come on, Sadie. Right up here. Here's your treat. And then you can, ready, kid? Ready, Sadie Hawk? It says Sadie, Mercedes on your box. Can you read it? Yes, she can. If she could read, she could. Kennel up. Kennel up. Kennel up.
And go.
There we go. Safe and sound, everyone.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let me give you a...
And didn't Anthony do a wonderful job as our field assistant, everybody? Now, don't go yet, Anthony. I want to let you know that you have earned a VIP mini falconry experience. That means you get to hold one of our birds of prey up in our booth on the glove for a picture. You can hold either a falcon, a hawk, or an owl. So think about which